What's up, guys? What's up? Whole new episode of Toy Addicts Anonymous.
We
What's
are
up,
back.
Jorge? How's everything?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Just, getting ready for the holidays, all the craziness.
Crazy, right? Like you have everything set up already for holidays?
Yeah, for the most part, I think we have most of the gifts for the girls, just last minute kind of things, figuring out food and stuff for Noche Buena and things like that. But everything
Nice,
else is
nice,
mostly
nice.
done.
Nice. Let me ask somebody else to see if he has everything set up for Christmas. What's up, Mega J?
How's it going, boys?
Everything set up for Christmas, my friend?
Right, you know what? My household, they always set up Christmas very, very early. It's always a big time for us. I'll probably be going over to my mom's place. As JP just said, Noche Buena. Everybody's preparing right now, right? So it's going to be a great time overall, for sure.
Nice. Well, man, like talking about nice stuff, man, I just want to introduce right away our super stellar guest. And we have nobody else than the one and only Sara Frazetta. What's up?
Guys? So my Christmas, I'm just going to inject. I'm almost done with Christmas lights. Joe's really doing that. I've done one tree out in my front yard, and I was like, I'm done. This is too much. And I'm very pissed off. I still don't have a Christmas tree in my house, so I'm going to get that tomorrow. So you guys just motivated me. Thank you.
Wow. I have my house ready like from 3 weeks ago.
See, but that's
Yeah.
the good timeline, because the reason I haven't gotten a tree, it's so silly, is because all the tree places only take cash, and I'm like, I don't have time to go to the ATM right now to get cash to get the tree. Just take Apple Pay. Apple Pay. So then I keep driving by the tree stand, and I'm like, why can't? And then I'm looking up apps. I'm like, can someone just deliver the tree? And then another day goes by, and I still don't have my tree. So tomorrow I'm just getting cash, and I'm putting the thing in the SUV, and I'm coming home and putting it up, because I feel like I have no Christmas spirit right now.
How's Florida? How's your side of Florida? Because we're all in Florida except Mega J, who's in Canada.
Oh, nice. Far away from the hurricanes.
Yeah, far away from the hurricanes.
We get the snow actually. So.
Actually, you're really close to where the last hurricane hit, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were in the eye.
Oh, wow.
I was not here. Joe, my partner, he was here, and he wanted to stay with the dogs. And after Ian, I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm not staying. Call me a coward. I will not sit in my closet crying for 9 hours ever again.
Hey, listen, you don't play with that.
No, it was insane. And he was sending me videos from the eye wall, and he's like, it's not that bad. I'm like, what? I went to Miami, and I was, it was sunny and breezy, and it was beautiful. And it was my birthday. I'm like, I'm not, what, no electricity on my birthday, and the hurricane, or no roof potentially. I'm not doing this. Absolutely not.
Hey, when you're down in Miami, just call Jorge. Jorge knows all the good places in Miami.
Jorge, I'm gonna hit you up because I need some real good Cuban food recommendations.
Oh, that's him, right? If you're in Fort Lauderdale, I'm the one.
Okay,
if you're
Carlos, I need those, because I always go to the tourist traps, and I'm sick of going to the places with the crappy food.
Oh,
For example, Versailles, which is very iconic.
Yeah,
their food sucks.
Does it suck?
Yeah, you have to know where to go. But
how do they get all those reviews? Are they BS reviews? What is that?
Yeah, honestly, because I have been there many a times, and their food is nothing special. It's just it's more like, I guess it's Times Square, for example. You know, everybody wants to go to Times Square, but it's not necessarily the best place to be. Right?
No, I need a Cuban coffee, a real one, good recommendation, because the coffee is not very good. The regular American coffee in Miami is not good. It's just, I haven't found one spot yet that I'm like, wow. We have a couple good places up here in Sarasota. There's a really good place in Orlando. But so I was going to stick with Cuban coffee when I'm down there. I think that's the way to go.
Cortadito.
Yeah, cortadito. Oh gosh, see, I haven't said it in so long. I need to get back down there for some culture.
One of the most annoying things of being a Floridian during hurricane season is like, the scares, the hurricane scares, because I get super annoyed because my wife is just like, she goes into panic mode. She's
Yeah,
like, oh my
see?
God, we gotta buy non-perishables and we gotta get candles and and then like, I'm like, nothing's gonna watch nothing happen, And it's always the same shit. It's like nothing happens.
Well,
And
I think the women, like, because Joe and I discussed this a lot, like most men, it's the consensus of like, oh my God, my wife, my girlfriend has driven me crazy. And we become the biggest problem. So I think we need to all just like go to a safe place and like talk and panic together. And you men can all just like have like, you just, your gear ready, excited, you're ready for the storm and go out in the storm, do whatever you want. And we can all be like little chickens, little like clucking hens.
Listen,
Don't pick up. You won't have any service. It'll be perfect. You won't have to hear us.
you want to laugh? You want to laugh? So my wife is gonna hang out with the boys, and I'm gonna hang out with you because I'm like branch crazy prepare. Like
Okay, so you're like the hen. You're with us. It's perfect.
every time a hurricane is coming, I enter into panic mode and I get everything ready. Everything ready. And you know what happened? I think that happens to me since my daughter was born.
Okay, it
I
gave you a little like maternal instincts coming in. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm like afraid to fly and stuff like that. So it's crazy. And it happened just as soon she was born. Everything changed for me.
Well, you're just in protective. Well, it's more masculine. You're in protective dad mode. You don't want anything to happen to you because you're the rock of the family. You gotta take care of everyone. So I think that's a good instinct. That's a lot of love, actually.
Yeah, but actually, you know what? Jorge has no problem because you live in a building, right, Jorge?
I live in a building, yeah, but I mean, even in a building, I just feel like, ever since Andrew happened in 92, we reinforced construction in our codes and all that stuff in the state of Florida so that we can handle those types of storms. But like things that unfortunately happen in Georgia, North Carolina, whatever, they never had one of those kind of situations. So their construction, their environment wasn't made to sustain that type of weather, just like Louisiana, for example. But for us, I feel honestly like even if a big storm hits us, we're kind of more prepared, like as far as construction and engineering wise, than other places would be because we got hit so hard in the 90s. You know what I mean? I mean,
all right, Jorge, I'm going to message you when anything's happening. See how he was just so calming about it? He's like, listen, here's the logic. Here's the facts. This is what we're dealing with. It was very soothing. Like if I heard that before the storm, I wouldn't have panicked. That was nice.
Hey, actually, the placing of the houses. My house, like the guy who sold me his house, he's like, don't worry because the roof is in a certain angle that if a hurricane hits, like nothing is gonna happen to your house. And you have in the front of your house, you have like these oak trees that they will never go down, which is true because every time a storm hit here, like around my area, all the trees around the neighborhood, they're like boom on the floor. Mine are like, okay, whatever, like
hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer. Yeah, nothing happens. Not even for Maria, dude. When Maria hit, everybody left the state. When I came back, I just have like some leaf on my pool. That's it. Nothing else.
That's amazing.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. Jay doesn't have that problem. He just has like a lot of snow.
Yeah, sorry, Jay. We're leaving you out.
No. My heart goes out to everybody who's affected by the storm. I mean, like, from North Carolina to Florida. I mean, like it was absolutely horrid. I mean, like, I've got friends over there. I've got friends in North Carolina and the displacement and everybody who's suffered through this. It's just craally. And then, the boys and I have been talking about, trying to organize something to try and help the community later down the year. And, we can always talk about that further down the road, but it's just that it's always a terrible thing if you have to leave your home. You know what I mean? People have told me that, it's not like you get displaced, you have to go to a hotel. Insurance takes care of most of it, but at the end of the day, you don't feel safe anymore. You know what I mean? You feel violated. You feel like, why is the world against me, right? Because again, this is like when you lose your home, it's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like it's a scary situation. So again, my heart goes out to everybody. And we definitely don't have to deal with storms necessarily up here, but tomorrow up in northern Ontario, we're going to deal with about 60 centimeters of snow. So I mean, like, we have our own problems up here. So.
Look at Jorge is like thumbs up. Like,
so
I don't know. I'm just like, for me, I just want the cold. I'm so tired of the year round heat and humidity and rain. I'm done with Florida.
switch with Jay. Jay wants to come to Florida. You want to go to Canada, dude?
Do a switcheroo, Jay. Come on.
And everybody's happy.
Careful what you wish for, okay? Like seriously, the moment you get off the plane here, if you come visit me now, the moment you get off the plane, you're gonna want to go back. I mean, unless you're into skiing. If you're into skiing or snowboarding or whatever,
hey, listen, man. I went on vacation with my family to Colorado last year, and to me, it was a nightmare to take everything off when you enter to a place. Put everything back when you're going out. The car. Get the stuff, take all the snow from the car. Dude, that's a nightmare, dude. Every time. Every time.
Yeah, that sounds really sickening. And you just get hot. I was in New York and have just one jacket on and a sweater, and I'm like in the store and I'm like, am I having a hot flash? I'm like, oh no, I'm in this, and I don't know why I don't care. I put it anywhere. You start feeling like really claustrophobic. But I think that's our Floridian showing, Carlos.
Yeah, I know. I'm like wearing this with sandals.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. You're barefoot. Oh, we leaving the chat hanging? Hold on, I'm looking at the chat now.
Let me go. Let's say hi to the chat.
Yeah.
So we have
that's
Anthony's Comic Kid. Hey everyone. Hey Sarah. We have Boba Chuck. Evening all. Yeah, Boba is amazing. He's one of my best buddies right there. Just received Frazetta Girls icon Norseman figure. It's great. He always received everything first. Damn guy. That's me right there. Boba Chuck. Let me see. Pablo from Panama.
Pablo.
Hello there.
What's going on, Pablo?
Endless Fable. That's Brian. What's up, Brian?
Good to see you, Brian.
We have King Panther. Carlos, greetings, support the big city from Chicago. Let's have a great show. Also, I got the Mondo Boss Off. Nice. We'll eat some hard nut cereals. Right? Awesome, man. That's great. That's a great figure, actually, man.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Oh, yeah. It looks awesome. Boba Chuck, Sarah. Sarah, you know Boba Chuck?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I mean, we're online buddies. I kind of know everyone on the computer
He's one of my best friends in the community. I was with him and Legion's Con. He's amazing. He's amazing. And he does the best dioramas ever.
Yes. So much love.
Mobius Joe, the Hurricane Pass over. I was about to show it down. Okay, good that you're safe, my friend. My brother Echeverria, what's up, man? Hello. He was also with us at Legion's Con.
Stay a little coffee.
Hey everybody, that's Leatherhead for Life, issue number 3, Fire and Ice. It was fantastic. Any idea when you're getting the number 4, Sarah? That's a question for you.
Oh, that's a question I have too. I did make sure to make 0 promises when I did my update on the Frazetta Fridays. I said, hey, when the art's done, it's done.
TBD.
It could even take longer, like this. But when we have it all done, the 6 issues, and it's in a trade paperback, it's going to be freaking unbelievable. We just got an update on the art from Leonardo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's making it's as frustrated as I'll get with the process. Then I look at his art and I'm like, damn, it's so good that you just can't do anything but wait. I mean,
yeah, yep. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I switch to you, tired of PA winter. Pennsylvania winter, you don't like it? Let's switch. I think Pennsylvania is not that bad. Skeletor, what's up from Snake Mountain? From Snake Mountain. Yeah. Stephen De La Torre, my 88 twin Zara. Was great meeting you in San Diego Comic Con.
Year of the Dragon.
Wait a second. Let me go
Our
back.
year right now. It's almost over.
I know. Skeletor, you received the Mondo Cyclops email Triclops. I mad because strike. Yeah, that sucks, man. That sucks.
We have a postal strike here up in Canada. We're not receiving any mail.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad.
Only UPS.
Well, we do get FedEx, but UPS, yeah, pretty much that's it. That's
I know. As I'm shipping packages, I'm like, damn it, only UPS. Actually, it's usually less expensive to ship UPS to Canada.
Look at Boba showing off on me. Like I break into the warehouses.
Yeah, Boba came into our warehouse. We got him on camera.
Man, I'm, like he's always I steal pictures from him from his Instagram and I post it on my Instagram because he always receive everything first. I seen another channel, Sarah, a few months ago. I was kind of expecting that answer. Awesome.
Yeah, about the long way with the art.
Sarah is the best, man. She's always the best. So Sarah, tell me that Vampirella.
She's thick. So I'm gonna lead off with the Vampirella. No, you know what's really cool with Vampirella is Eamon and Joe and Aaron and Matt, like they're all just such a solid team. And they make sure to pull everything from Grandpa's paintings, like every little detail, all the tombstones, they're all pulled from different paintings, the bats, obviously from Vampirella, but also he did a lot of bats in his Creepy and Eerie. And they took all of those little elements and they made sure to like really do the best homage to him that they could possibly do. And I really loved like the various hairstyles of the straight black. And then the second one with the short hair with the bob. That was his 25th anniversary Vampirella painting. And I thought it was really cool that she could have like that dynamic change of look. I mean, it just totally changes her. And then those skeletons. I mean, when I saw this in person, I mean, it's a great figure. Like every figure that they're putting together, it's like I see the improvements each time, which makes me really excited. So I can't wait to get her to you guys. It's not till March, but March will be, here before we know it.
Oh yeah.
She's so sexy, man. Like really, really sexy. That's the word. Like to me, I mean, she's thick.
Yeah, look
in a good way. In a good way. In a good way. I mean, I love that action figure, man. Like I saw Eamon's video and I was impressed. Like how she looks. She looks amazing.
Wait till you see the bats. The bats are so cool. Like I'm telling you, like they're such like I've always really appreciated my grandpa's bats. The faces that he put on them, they're like it's strange, and that's like the thing that Joe and Eamon understand is like even like the little quirks that Frazetta did. They're honoring that and not making things perfect. They're making things Frazetta. And that's what he was very, big on is like just doing things with like more personality, character, rather than trying to get it like, perfectly anatomically correct. Or it was just about more having that feeling. And that's what I think they're doing a great job on these action figures. They're very unique. They're very Frazetta.
No, yeah, I think the translation from the art to the action figure itself is like fantastic. And to capture that, we were talking earlier, like offline, like to try to translate that into like to production, like from the actual prototype to the production and get that result, like the same result you got with this guy, with Darkwolf. Like it's really insane. And I mean, as a fan, I really appreciate that, because if I'm gonna buy a figure that is inspired on Frazetta's art, I want the figure to look like Frazetta's art, correct? Like sometimes you seen action figures that you seen like the prototype or some images and stuff like that, and when you get the figure in hand, it's everything but the figure that you were looking for, like. So I really love what you guys are achieving with your action figures. I mean, they look insane and just exactly like you took them from the art and make them like action figure. That's impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just being like super like, attention to detail. When if we see one thing, we're like, it's not it, send it back. We got to get another one. Doesn't matter how much it costs. It's how long it takes. And we won't put out something until we feel like we've really got it. Like I said, I was telling you guys before I got on here, like her eyes, it was like the second to last one, and they were one was just slightly in a little bit, and I'm like, no, she's got to get repainted again, do it again. So that's and Eamon and Joe, they just go back and forth. So it's really incredible to watch. And I think what I, as like a consumer, I want to get, when I get a product, I want to get something like even better than it was online. Like I don't want it to have something and I'm like, oh, online it looks so much better because of the photography. And I always want it to be like more of a surprise where you get an action figure and like, this is even cooler than it looked in the video or, in the photo. So that's what we're striving to do. We want to just make you guys all feel like little kids that are, collectors, and you can stay happy and look young like you guys do. Like we were talking about.
Oh yeah, I mean, I look young. Jorge looks older.
That's just because you shave more often. That's all.
Dude, look at my beard.
Yeah, but I got more grays than you. That's very innovative there. If you could pull up that picture again, the picture from Iman. It's very innovative. The joint structure. No, not that one. The other one that was like
the first one. The first one.
Yeah,
the first one. That one.
So I've never seen that before. What they did with the shoulders. That's very interesting. Who came up with that? Was that Iman or was that your 3D sculptor?
I think it was all of them. It was probably Eamon's recommendation. I'd have to ask them exactly who initially came up with it, but yeah, I mean, you guys would know way better than I would if that's a rare thing to do.
Yeah, that articulation is pretty similar to the articulation that 1000 Toys use on the Hellboy figure. The only difference is like Hellboy figure has like the upper part is like kind of like a rubber plastic, and that's kind of like an inner joint that goes like, it's kind of like a cover. The whole arm on the top is kind of like a cover for the joint that goes like in with a peg.
Yeah,
it's really cool, and I like how it functioned, because what happened with that joint is that joint pretty much helps as bicep swivel too. So you have the elbow swivel on the figure, but you can move the shoulder in a kind of like a natural movement,
and it
with that type of joint.
Bring your arms in more than a typical figure. So that's really cool. I wanted to point that out because that works really well. And what I like a lot on the knees, for example, is it doesn't even look like there's articulation there. That's how well it's designed, where it's almost seamless when she's standing upright. A lot of figures, sometimes they do the articulation and you see like the ugly indication of the joints and the cuts and stuff. Like, that looks like there's no articulation there, but there is,
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
And that's like the sculpt is always going to be number one. So if like extra articulation would take away from the sculpt, it's just not going to happen. So probably not going to have the most articulated figures, like probably ever, because sculpt's always going to be number one, because it has to be Frazetta, and that's saying a lot. I mean, he was a master, so it's like we have a lot to live up to there, and can't be putting in like where it looks like blocky. It just wouldn't work.
Absolutely, the aesthetics are very important.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I was speaking with Eamon at PowerCon, he was very adamant about how he didn't want to sacrifice aesthetics over practicality. And one of the things he was very, very adamant about was the fact that he doesn't like it when you have a double elbow and you have to create this joint which looks terrible, right? And he mentioned to me that at the time he said there are other ways to actually hide the joints and the manipulation, and I think that the team here has worked so hard to make that happen. I mean, what JP is pointing out, what Carlos and yourself have been talking about is for sure. I mean, yes, you do see something, but as much as possible when you look at the next set of photos, it can easily be hidden away, right? And depending on the pose, right, it's just a work. A lot of research, a lot of development has obviously gone into this, and the team here has to really be given all the accolades, because really, when you look at this, she looks gorgeous as a figure.
Yeah.
And if anybody has Tigra, you guys will realize just how much work has been put into it, because it really does show. So bravo to everybody who's been
Yeah,
involved.
let me show you the articulation here on because I have the Dark Wolf, and Dark Wolf pretty much use the same articulation on the figure. So you see that this is the shoulder, right? And if you see the joint on the inside is like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it is covered. So when the arm is like this straight, you actually can move the actual bicep in and out, you see?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks natural. So you don't see it. And also you have the combination of the joint on the elbow, and it goes inside the actual strap right there on the trap. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So it looks natural. It looks really natural. It doesn't cut the sculpting, as you can see, and it works perfectly for that movement in and out. See?
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I really like that. I really like that. You're looking for what, Jay? Right there.
No, I was actually just going to bring up. I should do it on the other thing.
Cool. Sarah, I got a question for you. This is okay, Vampirella, right? Like, I've been looking like all the art from your grandpa. Do you guys have another character outside Vampirella that is the same kind of like comic style character that he actually did art for?
A similar one to Vampirella?
Mm-hmm.
Or just a female comic figure?
Female comic figure, or any type of comic figure, like.
I don't know about. I mean, most of his illustrations were for paperbacks. He did so many Edgar Rice Burroughs, so you have Deja Thoris, but most of them were like unnamed, right? Like he had his Egyptian queen. He had all the ones for Creepy and Eerie, but those aren't characters in a comic book. It was really just Vampirella. I mean, it's I wish he would have done Tarna for heavy metal. I wish he would have done like a cover for that. That would have been really cool. But yeah, that's one of the only ones.
Wow, this is because that came like to me. I was like Vampirella Frazetta. I was surprised, to be honest with you, because I'm used to his artwork, which is like pretty much like everything else that we're used to it. Like Dark Wolf, Conan, stuff like that, Barbarians, stuff like that, fantasy. But I will never imagine a Vampirella from Frazetta. I don't know why that passed like under my radar. That was really weird.
You just discovered the connection like recently?
What happened?
You just discovered the connection recently?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I saw that.
It's more rare. It's not something, I mean, he did, it was just because Vampirella was a character that Jim Warren happened to come up with Forey Ackerman, and they were talking about like making a derivative, and he was already working with them on Creepy and Eerie, and they were like, oh, well, in their opinion, Jim's opinion, Frazetta was his guy, so he was like, I want you to come up with this character. But I mean, my grandfather, that he really didn't come up with Vampirella. It was, he was like imagining her as like a blonde, and Jim was like, no, she has black hair. It's a vampire. So this whole time they were going back and forth, and my grandpa was like, well, she should be wearing this. And Jim's like, no. And he had Trina Robbins actually design the costume. And my grandpa was like, oh, that looks so stupid. and then he made it really like this barely there bikini, and Trina Robbins had, very conservative looking. So it was, and then at the end of it, he was so passionate about hating the costume, and he liked the character, okay, but he ended up painting off the costume and selling her completely nude, Vampirella #1, and completely devalued the painting. I still don't know where it is or who owns it, but I just still to this day, and if he was here, I'd say, Grandpa, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you take off Vampirella #1's costume like that? I mean, but he was, I just did an episode and I was talking about my grandpa with art changes. If you brought up repaints or taking off Vampirella's costume, he said, it was my art. I can do whatever the hell I want with it. So that's how he was. But this doing a character was kind of like out of a comic character for a female comic character this was a very rare instance.
That's really interesting. Oh, we have the Purple Gang. What's up, guys?
You got Trevor's in the house too.
Yeah, Trevor, Boba Chug again.
Trevor,
let me see. Where's Trevor? Where's Trevor? Trevor is. We have Van from the Purple Gang also. What's up, Van? How's everything, my friend? I'm really hoping to see that dealer from Frazetta Girls soon. I don't know. I don't want to push Sarah right here in front of everybody.
We have to have a death dealer. That's an obvious. That's not like really revealing anything. And we have, of course.
Sarah, I got a question. That Conan the Barbarian, the Iman creo que, I think he shows, like, that's from you guys or somebody else?
That's from us. He is delayed a bit because of, our perfectionism with the figure. So he should be coming out like for pre-order mid-January, I believe. He was supposed to come out September. So yeah, we're a few months behind.
Is that one or is the other one?
This is the one on the Rob De La Torre. So this is actually coming out through Conan, and it's also designed by Eamon. But you have the other one that is. Did Eamon show this one or the other one?
No, he actually he showed this one on his page, but you have the other one that you were showing at San Diego Comic-Con, correct?
Yes.
That's the one that is inspired in the classic Conan the Barbarian art, right?
Yes, exactly.
Correct. I think that one, if you go into my Instagram, I mean, you may need to go back because it's on SDCC.
All right.
I think Trevor took that picture. Actually.
Yeah, Trevor, if you're still here, this photo is so sick. It's so good. And she just he just made her look like she's alive. I mean, the looks like she has like a little bit of cellulite on her upper thighs and just seeing her biceps and her shoulder muscles. I mean, she just looks amazing.
Trevor is one of the best in the business.
Trevor's a wizard.
He's the master.
And Trevor's not supposed to even be like buying things from us. Like we've told Trevor, we've told you. I just sent out another box of goodies to Trevor today that he purchased. Trevor, you're not allowed to purchase anymore. I'm saying it on the record. I look at Joe and I'm like, what is he doing? I'm like, are we sending him things? And he's like, yeah, he's not supposed to be buying stuff. So Trevor, you're the sweetest.
Trevor is the best.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Benny Torres. Hello, Sarah. Hello, guys.
Hello.
What's up, Benny? Trevor says, thanks, Sarah.
See, he got scolded.
So now you know, Trevor. If you want to buy stuff, buy stuff for me.
I have a question, Sarah, regarding future releases. I mean, obviously, we've done a lot of, you've done a lot of iconic, muscular male characters and sexy female characters. Are there any plans to possibly do creepy, more grotesque type of creatures and characters that your grandfather may have painted?
Those are the ones that we're really looking forward to. I mean, I think I talk to my mom because my mom's a huge collector, and she's always like, you got to do the villains. You have to do the villains. She's like, that's all I collect. And I'm like, oh, we're going to do the villains.
Flesh eaters?
Yeah. Then the subhumans, which the subhumans were actually inspired by the Flesh Eater painting. So that will be a easy crossover. But yeah, doing that. I mean, we'll have everyone from Fire and Ice. Like we're not going to leave anyone out. That's
You
not
need to. You need to. You need to. Actually, I will love to have like the bad guys from Fire, the little goons, the guys, the barbarian guys.
that's the subhumans. I guess I don't know. Are we not supposed to call that? I mean, they're like not human though, right? Isn't that what that means?
No, they're kind of like.
I got yelled at for saying that. I'm like, yeah, but what I'm saying is they're not human.
No, they're not.
Okay, so yeah,
Let's call it the goons. Those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine you guys making like a 2-pack of that. Oof.
Yeah.
That would be great.
What do you think about a 2-pack though, or do you think 3? I feel like things are better in 3s.
Oh, if you do 3, it will be better.
Right?
Trio. Yeah.
You could do a 2-pack just for cost purposes, because just how things are so expensive nowadays. You could do like a 2-pack and maybe add different head portraits. So then
that's a good idea.
Buy like 2-packs and then they have an army of 4. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Trevor says 3.
I just see him in like, I don't know, maybe like a custom package, like something. Maybe we'll be able to do it for not such a high price at that point when we're producing them. But I see like I'm envisioning like a long pack of 3 of them. I don't know, just be like really cool. We try to push the limits. I'm like,
Benny says he wants to see Necron.
Oh, don't we all want to see Necron?
Question is, will he have his throne?
The what?
The throne.
That's all I'm doing. I'm doing a face. Well, like, no, seriously though, like with all you guys' support, like this is how I mean, yes, you want money for a lot of things, but I primarily only want money to like keep creating cooler things. I want to just push it all back and go, okay, now make this. Like there's just so many things, action figures, but like just tons and tons and tons of things with Frazetta that we want to make, because I mean, he just left the biggest catalog of the greatest art ever, and the possibilities are endless. So
yeah,
the sky's the limit with the action figures and what we'll do, and like bonus packs and everything else, and just making it where like I said, there is no ceiling. The only possible drawback is sometimes money, but you guys have been so amazing supporting, so we're gonna be able to do a lot.
Yeah, people are really excited. I mean, actually, it's what I was telling you. Like, if it's a company that doesn't deliver the product that we want or that we expect, but you guys always like killing it with your action figures, like you name it, like Darkwolf, Tigra, now this Vampirella that looks fantastic. Like, and it is incredible. Actually, I wanted to ask you, because I saw on your page that you guys are doing something with gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think Robert Rodriguez was there too in that video. It was like a little video with him. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we collaborated with a company. It's brand new. It's called Metal Mark. Aubrey Marcus is one of the founders. He was the founder of On It, the big fitness brand. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah.
Incredible company. They sold it for $100 million. He's just an entrepreneur through and through. And his other partners, Josh Alley. He's a great, really incredible business guy. And we actually were introduced through our mutual friend, Daniele Bolelli. I met him many years ago. He has a great podcast all about history. And he was like, I have this business idea I want you to talk to Aubrey about. And I had no idea, because I knew Aubrey's background. He's very like spiritual and does like spiritual retreats and did On It. So I'm like, does he want to do something with Frazetta and fitness? Or so then when he gave us the rundown of this presentation, I'm like, wow. And he showed us some of the samples of artwork on gold notes. I was like, this is like really, really cool, because, there's only so many ways you can have Frazetta prints, right? So you have like just the standard print on different formats of paper, but having it on like this, I mean, Dark Kingdom, it's fairly large. It's like this big on gold, and it just looks so sick. And I think they're going to be able to keep doing them bigger and bigger. And then of course, like, you know, Frazetta art's never going to lose its value. So you wouldn't have to worry it only being the value of the gold ever. But let's just, you know, hypothetically say in a crazy world, an upside down world, that wasn't the case, you still melt it down and it's gold. So I'm like, and I believe in diversifying your money, and with the, you know, US dollars going down, you do want to get into some gold investing. It's smart. So we looked at it that way too, where I really try to have integrity with what we do with our partnerships, and I really want to believe in the product. And that was something where I told Aubrey, I said, Aubrey, I go, I've been talking to Joe, my partner, about investing in gold for months now. And, you know, buying bricks of gold is kind of missed the mark there. It's so expensive now. And I'm like, oh God, I should have started investing when I was like 5. But it was something that I had been talking about for so long. And then when he presented it, I really believe in like the law of attraction and, you know, alignment in life. So when that came about, I was like, this is it. So how Robert came into play is, I actually reached out to Robert and I was like, hey, Robert, I'm coming to Austin to film a little talk with Aubrey about the product. And would it be okay if we came over and, you know, showed him some originals? And then he was so gracious to say, let's, like, you guys can film in here and we'll do, like, you know, incorporate some of the original art. And Aubrey and him talked about Metal Mark. And so, yeah, it was just people being friendly and coming together with Robert's just the sweetest. Like, if anyone wants to see the art, he's like, come on over. And he's just so hospitable and brings you in. And surprised he didn't offer us pizza this time, but usually it's like he has got his wood fire oven going and is making pizza, and there's kids everywhere. Now they're all grown up, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting old. I'm like, his daughter's like almost an adult now, and I met her when she was like 6.
No, but that's really unique. When I saw the little video, I was really impressed. That's really a really unique way to kind of like give an homage to your grandpa's like artwork. And I mean, what better way to present it in gold, right? It's kind of like, okay, you have like this beautiful art that is kind of like iconic. I mean, if you can, why not? You know,
right? Make it more iconic. Print it on gold. I mean, most people can't afford the originals, so I think the next best thing is having the art on gold.
Hey,
yeah,
not bad idea, right?
I'm gonna have the gold hanging around. That's for, like, I love that. That's my real Italian coming out. I'm like, oh, gaudy. I love it. Fill the house gold.
And I was also like, I mean, like people were, Articulated Times, what's up, Steve? What's up, Steve Mank? You say hi to everybody. And
Steve, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I just want to ask you, like, you were in San Diego Comic Con, right? How, like, I mean, how life changing it's been everything with Sara Frazetta, now with Frazetta Girls, Frazetta Icons, and everything. I mean, I think, I mean, yes, you were very busy back in the days, but now with all this going on, getting into action figures, you still have your merch, your shirts that are incredible. I love the photography on your merch, like especially the shirts, all the models that you guys use. Incredible. That's awesome.
Scouting.
I love it. I love it. But everything else going on, I mean, you have your hands full right now. Like, how you find time to be with us right now?
Oh, well, you know, I like staying busy. I need to stay busy. My brain, I'm one of those people where if I don't stay busy, my brain will stay busy making problems that aren't real. So I'm very grateful when I honestly want it even busier. Like, that's my goal. Like, in the next 10 years, I want to be like so busy that I'm so busy. I'm so focused. I don't know what else is going on in the outside world because I'm so focused on building something. And I feel like I'm getting there year by year. And, you know, Joe, my partner, is really my biggest inspiration and motivation to do that, because he's one of the most focused people I've ever seen in my life. Like, where I'm telling you, he works from the moment there he is. Yes,
That's the guy.
He'll look a little, that's our prototype that is very stiff. But once you guys see him articulated, oh, he looks so good.
He looks amazing.
But yeah, so Joe's my motivation. You know, he works. So he's just always working. He's always on his phone. He's staring, and he's just, I think I've praised him before, but he's just like, look, like things don't get handed to you in life. You have to really work for them, and you can sit and talk about it. Cause I used to just love talking about ideas rather than actually executing. and you don't get really far with that. You really have to be in the mud, you know, no mud, no lotus. So you have to be in the mud day in and day out and look forward to the process and building something. Like Joe and I always say, once something's out, you know, once Vampirella's shipped, it's over. Like it's on to the next. And that's how you have to be. Like with Dark Wolf, with Tigra, it's kind of, you know, Tigra just sold out completely after the last restock. And she's kind of forget that she exists, to be honest, because there's just so much going on. And that's how you have to constantly process, where it's like you're washing it and then you're filling out back the tank again. So I think, you know, because I know you guys are going to start an endeavor, and that's just how you have to be. You have to just completely just kind of stay laser focused and keep going. And anyone that's doing something, building something, says the same thing. They're just in that world all the time and they love it. You can't look at it obviously as a job. Like it's a lifestyle.
Yeah. You need to be constant with everything in life if you want to be successful, you know, like I mean, it's not just about have talent, but you need to be there, you know, like every day. It's like the same in martial arts. I always say that to everybody. Like I have students that they're really talented, that they were born with that talent, right? But then I have the students that they're really constant, right? And I always say this: no matter how much talent you have, if you don't put the time, hey, always you're gonna get somebody that is gonna train more than you and is gonna beat you eventually, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is
to a point. Like my grandpa, even where I was just again like doing some research and for filming my next Frazetta Friday, and it's like, you know, when he got older and back like in late 70s, early 80s, you know, he got to a point where he could just do the art when he had a deadline. But and I say that, but then it's like, well, but don't forget all of the years that he was grinding day in, day out. He started at 3 years old. And when he was 3 years old till, God, at least 30 years old, he was drawing all day, every day. So he put in those hours. And then you get to a point where you can be like, all right, I'm going to take a nice little vacation. But yeah, you got to, it's many, many years. And you have to find something, you know, that you're really passionate about. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to like, get to the point where you're like, oh, I just worked my whole life for what, you know, just consumerism or whatever. It's just, you have to do something that really gives you a purpose. And I feel so blessed that I get to do this with Frazetta Girls, and my grandpa gets to be a part of my life every single day, and doing something with a family business. I mean, it's a huge honor. I feel really blessed.
Yeah, that's great that you guys have like, you know, like the flag of the family right there. That's really awesome. And I remember back in the days when we got you here at the show. That was how long ago? That was when.
No, I was going to ask you that. When was
that? That was before Dark Wolf. That was just when you show some, like I will say, the first prototype of Dark Wolf, or you guys announced that Dark Wolf was coming.
Was that July? I think that was July 2023.
And I contact you right away, and I was like, okay, let me see what's going on with this. And I think we were one of the first ones who actually have you like talking about the action figure line on a YouTube show or something.
Yep. Yeah, I think it was July, last July. So no. God, it's
I think it
what
was
date is it?
before.
What year are we in?
I think it was before because we were talking about. I remember we were talking. You and me we were talking about. Remember, I was telling you, let's go to PowerCon
Yes.
and
Yep.
show the figure at PowerCon. That was way
Amy's there.
before.
Yep.
And Eamon was there. That was way before PowerCon. So yeah, it was a long time ago. It was a long time ago.
Here we are.
And here we are. And
There's
here
so
we
many
are.
awesome new releases since then, you know.
I know. We have Break on the chat. What's up, Break? Break something. Great YouTube channel. Follow him. Amazing guy. He's amazing. Articulated Times. Conan looks incredible. Yes, it looks incredible. Can you put that image again, Jay, please? Boba Chuck, I need Conan yesterday. Of course you're gonna get it, dude. And Trevor, yeah, Conan is going to be great. Yes. Sir, I believe even or somebody commenting on the articulation on Conan, right? Like they say something about how the articulation is gonna be because people were asking, I think.
I don't remember what
I think he mentioned something about the joints are gonna have. I think they're gonna tweak something on the joints. It's gonna have like more range or something like that. I'm not too sure.
Let me ask you.
But this one is gonna be bulkier than Darkwolf, correct? It looks like.
Yes, and so the answer to the shoulder question earlier, Vampirella shoulders, that was Aaron and Eamon that came up with the shoulders like that for Vampirella.
Okay.
But I'll find out about Conan because I'm not sure. I know, like obviously they're all going to be same like relative height, so they all can be together and displayed better.
I really like the inclusion of the kind of
you see, Trevor says that the Conan figure is gonna be double jointed on the elbows. Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I didn't want to say it.
Oh, double knee jointed. Joey said, hold on, and elbow.
I think elbow or double knees. I'm
no,
not too sure. I know
elbow.
some. Yeah, I know somebody mentioned double jointed, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to, like.
Not the elbows, she says, only the legs.
No, it's going to be double knee jointed, and he said not elbow because we're persistent in keeping elbow for Frank.
Okay, double joint on the knees. Nice.
Yep. So he did say, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm going to say it. But he said that we're going to be doing other scales eventually and styles with more articulation, but not for this particular line. But eventually we will get into having different articulation with bigger scales, most likely.
Ooh, so 1/6.
Yes,
Ooh.
1/6.
Sarah, I had a question.
1/6 the other day, and I was like,
"All right, we can have the news here at Toy Addicts Anonymous." Hey, we were one of the first ones.
Yeah, that's the Conan one. That looks so good. Heroic signatures.
Yeah, he looks amazing. That's Eamon, correct?
Yep. Yeah,
man, Eamon.
I like how you say Eamon's name, Eamon. That's it.
Eamon. He's so passionate about this.
Oh my God. Exactly. That was my point before. Someone living and breathing it. Like he, all day, every day, Eamon is working like constantly. He is obsessed and it shows. Like, he doesn't do anything else but this. This is he lives and breathes designing. That's beautiful.
Great guy. I mean, great guy. We met him in PowerCon, and we were talking with his wife also. She was awesome too. I mean, really cool. Really cool. I mean, he was like, take the figure, take pictures, move the figure, try everything, this and that. Don't be scared, whatever. I was like, dude, I don't want to break this figure.
He's like, test it to the limit, push it to the limit. Let's see how far.
Yeah, Zara is gonna kill me if I break the figure. This is the figure that you have to show.
Never getting back to the show, Carlos. You broke Darkwolf. No.
I live in Florida and just like 1 hour away from her.
Yep, I know where to find him in Lauderdale.
Sarah,
you can find me.
Regarding the future releases, like I really like what you did with Vampirella, having the diorama base with the gravestones and all that. Is that something that you're planning on possibly continuing with every upcoming release? Like, are we going to have some sort of pseudo dio or display kind of component included with every figure, or is that just going to be depending on if it works with this particular character?
I think more so the latter. If the figure has something notable that it would go with, and it was in Frank's artwork, then we would definitely put it in there.
Okay.
But if it didn't, if it was just a painting that, you know, it was very stylized, like a triangular shape, and it has very few elements, then we would probably keep it to that. But I don't know. We could completely change our minds and say we must have a diorama. We must have something more that goes with each figure. You know, Tigra with the Panther, obviously we couldn't fully articulate that because of just the cost. Then it would go up significantly, but she had to have an accessory. So we want to be able to, we want to offer more. And like I said earlier, it's more just having the financial means to do so. But I really, like I said, you guys are the best community, the action figure community. Joe and I talk about it privately all the time. And we're like, you know what, like the sweetest people. You guys like really are understanding, never get like any, like everyone like that has a problem like with like a leg or something, just very kind about how they go about wanting, if maybe I could request a replacement, if not, no big deal. Like a very like sweet tone. And it's just so refreshing to be a part of this community with you guys. Of just, again, just really, I don't know, just really grateful, and it makes us want to keep creating more, because we're like, oh, this is the community we really want to be in. This is awesome. I
mean, you're a cool person, so everybody's gonna be nice with you.
Well, if we were making like, I guess, really bad products, maybe I wouldn't have the same thing. Hey, you guys suck.
You're always gonna meet somebody who's just not, very nice, unfortunately. But for the most part, the community has been very, very supportive of new projects, and when you have people as passionate as you are, and Eamon and everybody else who really, you can tell. I mean, like, again, introducing a new system of articulation, and speaking with Eamon, I mean, like, he's all, as you said earlier, he's all about that. He literally lives, breathes, eats design. That is his thing. And again, you can really see the passion in the projects that you guys put together, and the final product. I think that's really what a lot of people are waiting for. Once they see the final product in hand and they see just how good it is, I think that's where all the doubt really starts to subside, and all of a sudden people are like, okay, you know what, I'm going to buy the next product. And customer service is definitely a thing, but a lot of people are usually okay with waiting, as long as you don't respond like NECA does. NECA's terrible response last time was just absolutely terrible.
Damn, dude, that was a punch to the liver.
Hey, you gotta call it out. You gotta call it out for what it is. You gotta be good customer service. You gotta be good to people, man. But seriously, that's when your fan base is gonna turn on you, right? If you don't treat them with respect, then they're not gonna appreciate that. I'm just telling you how it is.
No, we don't have anything without you guys. Like, I mean, we don't have a support system. We aren't making action figures, and that's just how it goes. So with our policy, it's like anything that goes wrong with the figure, you let us know, we're going to replace it. We'll replace it if you got it from Big Bad Toy Store or anywhere else. It's like it comes back, it's on us, and we want to honor that. Sometimes it's like overwhelming because there's not many of us to do customer service and support, but in 2025, that's where we're going to be expanding on that, so we can be even quicker with the turnaround, because we know that Icon Collectibles is going to keep growing, and that's the kind of service we want to continue to have. So we'll be able to take care of everyone. And it's like we had a customer a couple days ago, and he was like, oh, I bought this like months ago and I was just posing it, and then something happened with the leg. We're like, don't worry about it, we're going to get you out a new figure. So things like that do matter. And that unfortunately most people are completely shocked when that happens, because customers aren't treated very fairly anymore. And hopefully we get back to like just a kinder way of living, where people aren't putting like the almighty dollar as God and can treat people with some respect. I think that will, help us all out. It will be a good collaborative effort. Oh, there we go. Oh, you have the guys. You guys have the videos. That's great.
Yeah.
So to answer the question of Conan, he is going to be available for pre-order late January, early February.
Okay. Fair. That's good. That's good. Brig is asking you something. Can you check that
Brick,
question?
personally, no. I can't say. Maybe I'm sure Eamon has a lot of different inspirations because I mean Eamon's worked for a lot of companies, right? Like he's a designer for many of the companies. He designed the Conan with Mezco. He designed the Death Dealer with Mezco. But I think that our main inspiration is just Frazetta, like looking at the paintings and trying to make the paintings into action figures. And it's as like simple as that. But yeah, I'm sure Eamon and Aaron have their set of inspiration. But for Joe and I, it's just like, okay, directing and leading and saying, no, that muscle has to look more like Frazetta, or, this has to look like Frazetta. And then them problem solving and saying, okay, well, this has to be sacrificed to look like that. And then with the painting and everything else. So, but yeah, that'd be a good question for Eamon or Aaron.
Faustic says, love the way Sarah thinks. Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, she's awesome. How is possible that Trevor and Bubba have the figure and not me? That's so wrong, man.
Carlos, you take care of that tomorrow.
I feel so bad, man. I need to review that figure in my channel.
I feel terrible. Carlos, we're gonna
And I'm your neighbor. See?
We're gonna make this better tomorrow. I promise. I have a whole day in the studio tomorrow. It will be rectified.
Look at Jay there with Eamon.
Yeah, it was great meeting Eamon in person, and of course seeing the prototypes firsthand. Finally getting them in hand was great. And as you said, he's all about the way the articulation moves, the science behind it, really. And it was great seeing his take on an action figure as an early prototype as this, and then finally seeing it come to real life was just absolutely thrilling.
No, I love what he did, and he was pushing me. He was like, "Move the figure, move the figure." I was like, "Ask Jorge." I was nervous. I was like, "Dude, I don't want to break the figure." He's like, "No, you're not gonna break it."
Yeah, he's so enthusiastic for sure. Like 100%.
He's amazing.
And he was pulling the heads off. He was going crazy. We were like, "What? No!"
Look at him pull the head off like that. See, I'm more hesitant. I'm like, I don't want to break it, and then when it's like a little stiff and yeah, so I'm a noob with action figures, so I feel the same way. But Eamon motivates me to get a little rough with it. I'm like, okay,
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm like, you need a lot of muscle though to get those things off. I'm like, God, I'm gonna like sprain my wrist.
The time skills. Greets from San Francisco. What's up? And who else is?
Oh,
there are one great people in the world. Yes, she is. She is great people.
Very kind.
Yes, you are. So, you have any plans for events like the company? You, Eamon, I don't know. Like, you're gonna have any plans or schedule for next year? Any of the cons or something like that?
Yeah, so I think we're gonna. I'm not exactly sure if I can announce them yet, but we're gonna be at a few more shows this year, and I don't know if I don't think I can announce it yet. I'm not going to announce it yet. We're going to announce it soon, but the shows that we are going to be completely dedicated to Icon Collectibles. So the booth will be Icon Collectibles, powered by Frazetta Girls, and it will be just for that. So we're excited because we're like, we got to get out there, show the figures and promote it a little bit more. But
awesome.
I guess I won't say the show, but Salt Lake City. We're gonna go out there.
Okay.
Most likely we'll be in Tampa, possibly Atlanta. So we'll be at.
Let me know for that show in Tampa. Also, I think next year we having in Orlando MegaCon, right, Jorge?
MegaCon is in Orlando. Yeah, I think it's like in February, right?
February.
Yeah.
MegaCon. That's a big show.
It's already in February. This February coming up.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, MegaCon is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, show here in Florida.
Yeah, we've done MegaCon quite a few times. I mean, honestly, like with Frazetta Girls, we didn't really want to do the conventions anymore because I've said it so many times. But when we came back into conventions, we wanted it to be like in a really big way, where it's like we had like this crazy booth and almost like an experience. Maybe have like reproductions of the art, make it like a mini museum, and we will eventually do that, but. For the time being, we're going to go out there again, just kind of pop in just to show off Icon collectibles, get out there again. But yeah, and then once that happens, we'll be at many shows. But for now, we're going to keep it just niche.
Okay. Yeah.
Do little pop-ins.
No.
Yeah. So MegaCon is going to be February 6th through the 9th.
Okay. So the time scale says, I'm making dinner. Just stop by to show some support. Yay. Everyone like, subscribe, and have a wonderful... Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, Greg.
Brick. What it says, Brick. Cantonese Kid. What's up? Live in San Francisco. Excelsior. Boba Chuck. What it says. Let me see, Boba. Boba's right here. I want to come to Dude, my house is your house. I told you already you can stay in my house anytime. You have no problem with that. Your family, so you can stay in my house.
Carlos is gonna have 20 people at his house eventually. You're gonna be
I'm a people's person, dude. I like to have people around me, and that's what I love. That's what I love about the community, dude. Everybody's my family.
It's a bit of a drive from Coral Springs to Orlando, though.
It's not that bad. I take 2 hours.
Yeah,
can't be worse than coming from Toronto
because I'm going like 100 miles per hour in my truck. Let me see what it says. Break. Ignore me, Carlos. I'm sorry, what you say?
Carlos, you're gonna have a full house.
Man, this is crazy. Oh, you can come too, my friend. Brick is always welcome. Boba Chuck says, on my way.
We'll set up tents in the backyard. That's what we'll do.
Carlos says Carlos is the best host. Thank you so much, man.
It's gonna be a tent city.
Yes, I am. Skeletor says he wants to come to. Hey, Jorge lives also in Florida.
I don't have a house though. I have an apartment.
Carlos took his house in Airbnb. Hey, I have an apartment in Airbnb in Panama by the beach. If you want one,
that's nice.
Let's go, Panama, says Boba Chuck. Benny Torres. Carlos on my way. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is going viral now. I'm in trouble.
You open the floodgates.
I know, right?
I told you.
No, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. So, Sarah, aside from Vampirella, we have Conan the Barbarian. I got a question with that, Conan, actually, before I forget. We're talking about dioramas and stuff like that. Jay, can you pull the picture, the actual art from Frazetta for that Conan? If you can pull Frazetta Conan. I think that Conan has like a base or something like that, right? Like it's kind of like he's
well, hold on.
Kind of like
which one are we talking about here?
Just put Frazetta Conan.
Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Adventurer.
Conan the Barbarian Frazetta.
Okay, hold on.
Just look for that. That will be epic if you guys do that little base.
Yeah, it's like a base.
So you can post Conan with the sword.
It's basically he has
a
really hot chick leaning on his leg, and then he's standing on a mound of
you don't need to make the girl, but I mean, if you want to.
He's standing. Joe said I'm not allowed to disclose what's coming yet with Conan. You guys are. I'm answering questions before I'm even given the green light. I'm gonna get fired.
Hey, my bad. That was my question.
So he's standing on a pile of dead people.
See right there.
So you get the hand. Wouldn't the hand be cool? So is that a hand? He always put that in.
Look at that. Imagine that scroll down so I can see a little bit the diorama. That thing. Just that. I mean, you don't need to make the girl, to be honest. I mean, that will be great, but
yeah.
That hand on the back.
I think hasn't there been a statue of this made before? I thought there was maybe a statue.
Oh, they have a bunch of stuff with that.
Yeah, well, the Mezco made a Conan the Barbarian
Based on
action
this,
figure.
yeah.
Yep, I saw that one.
Yep, there he is.
Yep.
And then, yeah, of course, many statues over the years.
Yeah, that art is insane.
Yeah, that's a tough one, right? I mean, making it look like the painting. Whew. But Eamon, Aaron, and Joe, they're all doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, yeah, I love so far, because I'm gonna be honest with you. For more that I love this Conan is fantastic. It's one of my favorite figures in my collection, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for the scale, I mean, I would love to have something like this size.
Yeah, because he's smaller than Dark Wolf. I've seen that, like with a lot of photography. And,
Yeah, if you go here and you compare them next to each other.
yeah, they have to live in different worlds. Now we have to get a Conan that lives in Dark Wolf's world.
Correct.
Yes.
That's what
two different worlds.
most of the people were like. The only, I wouldn't say complain, but the only thing that people were like, oh, I wish that Mezco Conan will be like bigger, just because. But I was actually checking on all the bio on Conan the Barbarian all over the place, and they never said Conan is like a 6'7" tall guy, right? Like they never. I mean, everybody. What I think is like, because everybody think on Arnold every time that you're talking about Conan,
right?
And Arnold is a humongous guy, you know. But I mean, Conan's background, I think he's kind of like Mongol or something like that, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he ever gave a description of Robert E. Howard ever gave a description of exactly how tall he was. But yeah, you're right. Depicted in like in the cover illustrations and the comics, he wasn't huge.
No, he wasn't huge.
Arnold definitely made him huge in people's minds. I mean, but we have to get him to similar scale of Dark Wolf so they can live.
Oh yeah, that will be epic.
Yeah.
When I saw that picture, I stole that picture from Trevor. I was like, Trevor, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna stole this picture from SDCC, and I posted right away, and people went nuts on my Instagram.
Did they?
People went.
I remember
nuts.
that. Someone asked if the articulation will have improvements compared to the last female.
Let me see. Oh, I think it was Pablo.
Red X.
It's Red X Mac 5.
I'm coming right here.
Yeah, we were just discussing that, and with this line, we are not going to change the articulation, and that's just because the aesthetic of the sculpt is number one, and that's just how it's going to be. But we will expand our line with different scales and different articulation eventually. So we want to make everyone happy, but we're also, we have to stick to what we believe here. Yeah, they want my bun. I know, that's funny.
I see what it says. Conan has to come, babe, and he's back. Will be cool, man. We're asking a lot. I made a similar diorama, but definitely will making one more for paint. Hey, if you can make one for me, that will be great, dude. Putting Conan with Mortal Kombat soon.
That would be awesome.
Is that true?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe.
Wow.
Could be. I mean, Conan, like, I think it's now with Marvel, right?
No.
I think he's always been with Marvel. I don't think he's actually left Marvel.
No, he was with Marvel with the comics, but now they're with Titan. So no, he's not with Marvel anymore.
No, because I know they used him for Savage Avengers, correct? That series. But then after that, I don't know. Nice to see Frazetta Girls taking
series last 2 years ago.
That's a good question.
There was a Conan Marvel comic. I'm not sure how recent, but
I know he was in the Savage Avengers series by fact.
Yeah, yeah. I know they were with Marvel. I don't think I don't know. I guess I shouldn't speak on something I don't have 100% knowledge of.
Dobachov is asking you something.
Oh, family has owned homes in Mount Pocono for years. East Stroudsburg Museum still there, correct? It completely moved to Florida. So there were 3 Frazetta museums. I'll say this quickly. My grandparents opened the first Frazetta museum in 1980 in downtown East Stroudsburg. Then they opened the Boca Grande Museum in 1995. My grandpa got sick in 1996, so then they moved back up to Pennsylvania and opened that one in 1999. That one is now just operated by Frank Jr. So he has his collection of art that he inherited from my grandfather after he passed away, and like a bunch of reproductions and memorabilia in that museum. And then the one in Florida is more is my mom's collection, and that's more of like a pop-up kind of exhibit gallery. But yeah, most of the art is pretty much all split up now. But if you are in Mount Pocono, you can definitely still go visit that location in East Stroudsburg. They have like Silver Warrior, Cat Girl, like paintings that you have to see.
There you have Pablo. He says Conan is not with Marvel. They lose Conan recently.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
So you were totally right.
2 years
Sorry.
ago.
You know, you're right. It's Titan Comics. It looks like with heroic signatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Hey,
they
guys,
wanted to be more involved creatively, and Conan, and I've heard nothing but great things now about this new series with Titan. They've done incredible.
I may need to check that series, to be honest, because I'm not familiar.
The art is beautiful. Like, and they keep winning awards. I mean, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
MKF 30, he says it's the Arnold version they are putting into Mortal Kombat. They release a preview trailer today. Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome. And you know what we were talking about, whether or not Conan is a taller individual, that changes with movies and popular culture. I mean, that's, you know, when Schwarzenegger became Conan, everyone thought that he was, you know, 6 feet tall, right? I think that's basically where that starts to come from. But
Yeah,
you know,
like a giant.
yeah, and it's the same thing with the toys. You know what I mean? If you want them to stand at the same height, then we got to make it that way, right? So, yeah, but you know, we have time.
Brick says Dark Horse Comics published Conan from 2003 to 2018 when the rights were reacquired by Marvel Comics.
Gotcha.
Cool.
And then he says recent reports Marvel are losing the rights to Conan the Barbarian. Confirmed Savage Avengers will cease appearing in the future comics in 2022.
Yep, got my Conan dates down. Keeping tabs.
Oh yeah, totally.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to head out. It's been fun. Sarah, thank you very much for talking to me today, and it's really exciting for all the new stuff that's coming. I'm definitely excited about the Vampirella drop tomorrow. That's gonna
yeah, big day. I probably should get going too soon because we got our work cut out for us.
No, yeah, let's wrap this because it's been like an hour and 20. I know you're busy and you need to get everything ready and prepare.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, listen, thank you so much. I'm really excited for this release. Tomorrow is the great day.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for pumping it up, and I appreciate you so much. And I'm looking forward to this. This is so exciting. So
I mean, it's back to back. You guys are killing it. Like the Northman, Vampirella, Conan the Barbarian. What's next? Jeez.
Wait till you get Norseman. I'm telling you, like, I opened his box and I was like, oh, he's so great. Like, it's better than I expected.
See, I need mine. You need to do something to make me happy.
I am. I'm telling you, tomorrow you're going to see your package scan in.
So I mean, thank you so much for being with us. I mean, as always, it's an honor, a pleasure, a blast to have you on the show. You have such a great energy as always. You're so refreshing for this old man right here. You put that like spice on the show that everybody loves. I mean, you're a great person. You have a great company. You have a great product. So you have the perfect combination. So any last word for everybody here on the chat? Everybody here, listen to you.
I just I love you all, and thank you guys, like all of the especially the people that just like continue to come on and follow us, and just the amount of support. It really it truly does keep us going. Like, I mean, it's just it's beautiful. So thank you.
Okay.
Well, thank you, and I love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So thank you so much, guys. Jay, any last words here?
No, I echo everything that JP and Sarah said. And Sarah, thank you so much for being an ambassador for this great community. And of course, we look forward to being able to order these new products and looking forward to the drop tomorrow. So best of luck. And JP, any last words?
Jorge.
Just super excited for the drop tomorrow. We'll be announcing some information on our Kickstarter pretty soon. We're actually going to be doing t-shirt drop possibly later this week, maybe Friday. So keep it locked on that. If you don't know about that, just follow from _ the realm, from _ the _ realm.
Nice. Well, guys, thank you so much. That was a blast. Thank you so much, Sarah. That was awesome. I can't wait for what's coming. Thank you so much, guys. Another episode of Toy Addicts Anonymous. Thank you, everybody on the chat that was talking, asking, having fun with us. And see you in the next show, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.